So that there are moments, key moments in the match you can point to and go, well, we weren't off the pace, but I just think we were. I know that sometimes you'll get, or most times you'll get a 4-3 and it'd be a great game. That was a bad game to watch for Man United last time. 2-0 down at half time. I was like, this looks atrocious. Now, all I'll say is in our defence. Right. I don't
want to hear about injuries.
No. I'm not going to talk about injuries. Although it's a very good point. You mentioned Varane now and Amrabat with Saka.
I don't want to hear that because when Liverpool had it, listen to me. When Liverpool was injured and struggling, you wouldn't give it to him. Pochettino at Chelsea now, you can't use injuries as an excuse.
I won't mention that. But what I will say is, no one expected Man United to win that game. I certainly didn't. I actually said on air yesterday I worry that we could get battered, and we didn't. Right? We didn't. We got beat 4-3. We didn't get battered.
So that's a positive.
No. What I am saying is, I still expect us to get out of the group. Any Man United side in any era going to Bayern Munich, I wouldn't fancy us to win that game anyway.
Yeah, but I think that certainly before with Manchester United, there was always that mentality that, well, they could go there and win. Do you know what I mean? That was always there. Even if they didn't feel they could, everyone would go, they can go there and get a result.
Yeah, I never felt that with this team.
I get that.
Although the first 20 minutes we looked good, we could have scored really early on. Really early on.
Do you know what? I think Erik Ten Hag's got some big decisions to make. And he's going to have to be ruthless, I think, because with the likes of Rashford, Fernandes, if they're not putting their weight...
You can't drop Rashford.
Yeah, but how long can you carry him for?
But come on, it's a little bit too early. Honestly, Bentley, it is. He's an unbelievable player. He's probably our most important player.
Didn't say that. I don't think he's your most important player.
Who is?
Probably Casemiro if he's fit.
Right. Well, Rashford still, on his day, is undroppable.
Okay, but you tell me when that last day was.
It's early in the season.
No, but back in the last season.
But no one has performed for United this season.
I'm talking about Rashford.
We've just paid 55 million for a goalkeeper. He's made a mistake. I mean, no one's flying at the moment.
That, but you're talking about hedging all your bets on Rashford.
I'm not. I'm just saying, if you drop him, who are you putting there? Garnacho? I love Garnacho.
Okay, so how long do you give him before you go, do you know what? Something needs to happen here.
I mean, there are players that you just keep playing, right?
Okay, Ramsdale, for instance, with Arteta.
Yeah.
Not done anything wrong. The manager, ruthless, rare, get in. And he ain't done anything wrong.
That's not a good thing, is it?
But what I'm talking about is you've got to make big decisions. You can't just keep playing a player and going, well, it'll come good eventually. Because
he has come good though, Rashford.
When?
He's not playing net. Oh, come on. The end of last season, he was after the World Cup, he was unbelievable.
Okay, but then towards the end of the season, no. Start of this season.
I think you've been a bit harsh. Let's speak to some Man United fans. Chaz is first up. Hi, Chaz.
Hello, mate.
Oh, dear. You all right?
Yeah. Not bad. Yourself?
I'm okay. Do you want to speak to Darren Bent? I'll put you through if you do.
Yeah.
Right,
I'll speak to both of you.
Okay, hold on. Let me just see if he's available. Are you available to speak to Chaz, the Man United fan?
No, you can speak as well.
I'll just put you through, Chaz. Off you go.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so I agree with Rashford. I agree with Bent for once. I don't often agree with Bent. He talks a lot of nonsense usually, but...
Bent.
He's coming live calling Bent. He's a big Arsenal fan, and he played for Tottenham, but we won't say that much. I'll leave it at that. But, Rashford, he don't do enough. He's too inconsistent. I mean, he's just signed a over £300,000 a week contract, and he's just overrated. He's so woeful at times. He don't run back. He don't do anything on that pitch hardly. I mean, there's so many chances he had to get the ball across to Højlund. It's just effortless. He don't do anything. It's so frustrating to watch.
He doesn't do anything. I think you're being a bit harsh. Firstly, what I will say, Chaz, is the money he's on is irrelevant. That's not his fault. You can't use that with a stick to beat him just because he's on $300,000 a week.
No, but it's not irrelevant. At the end of the day, if you're signing that contract, you know what's expected of you.
But they're all on that crazy. But Chaz, they're all on crazy money, right?
You've got to go out and put a performance in. You're Man United through and through. You've got to go out and put a performance in. It's too inconsistent. He had a good season last season, and I've backed him at times. I've always said, no, I think he's good. So many people think...
What would you do with him?
He's rubbish. But, I don't know, I wouldn't drop him right now, because I think that is just kicking him when he's down. I think you've got to give him a little bit more time. But if he ain't performing after a little while, I think you've got to pull him out and say, look, sort it out, to be fair. I would drop him and sort it out, because something's not right, because you can't... He's not at the levels of Mbappe, of Salah, of Mane. He's not at them levels. He's not at them sort of levels of a sort of winger, sort of striker, whatever he is. He's not at them sort of levels.
Okay.
They're the sort of levels you need to win trophies, to win a league. I was looking at it and I'm thinking, if we got Rashford there, if that's how he's performing and we're expecting, we're hoping to win a league or open the challenge, I'm telling you, I'm worrying about it, because I'm thinking his performances, he's walking around with his hands in his hips.
Chaz, I hear what you're saying.
I remember when you put him in the same category as Mbappe. You did.
I didn't. You misquote me so often.
No, Joe, you say something and then you try to say you
I
misquote.
I actually said if he carries on this kind of form, then you can talk about him being in the same category.
What, this kind of form here?
No. Do you know what? I wish he had that fridge on his back because I'll take it off and throw it at your face.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.